I'm not sure how to edit videos at all, so I'm just going to say it with this as the background. But I've been recently playing Monster Hunter, and I like how they innovate each one. Like, one of them was Monster Hunter 3 was underwater, 4 was obviously more like terrain based. You could jump around, hop, and you could go on their back, and then the other one, the new one, implemented fighting styles. Another thing that could be implemented in there, which I think would be something that would work, is pairs of monsters. Now, I already know that you can fight two monsters at once, like you have, I'm bad at saying the names, but let's just say two Gore Magnalas are there. You can have two Gore Magnalas on the map, you had to hunt them, whatever. Sure, sometimes they come together to fight at once, and sometimes they don't, they're just scattered. You kill one, you go find the other. A pair would be like, I believe it's the Corinne, you would have like a lightning one and a fire one, and they work together in tandem, each combining their powers to kind of co-op their way through things. Like, oh, they attack in tandem, they work together, like you and your cats. Your, I don't remember the names off the top of my head. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just how it is. I'm just gonna call them cats. Like, with your cats, they work together to do things. Like, one of them would shoot lightning to knock you into the direction, and then like shoot fire or something of those sorts. And something that could be implemented in with that is one of them gets weak or something, gets injured. So now one of them has to fight alone, whether it be the two, and then each of those individual two also have their own fighting style. And since you would have multiple pairs of different monsters, like each one having two of their own, you'd have like the Kurins, whatever. One of them goes off, the weak one runs off. You could chase it, but the other one's going to viciously attack you, try to defend him, get him away. He goes off, he finds food, or he sleeps, or whatnot. The other one viciously attacks, does his thing, and then runs to where the other one is if need be. Since the other one has hunted food or has slept, they could always do the switch thing where, oh, I found food, let me give you some food, and now he's defending the person eating food. Now you can implement that into some, and each one could have their own pairs. You could start off with ones that won't break up. They're always together even when one of them is very injured or nearly down. They still do fight in sort of a tandem. It's just, it becomes slower or something. And then as you progress through the game, they progressively get harder. Like, this one will split off, find food, so on. And you could always have, and it doesn't have to be like two of the same species either. Because I was thinking like two Prince, two Great Jaggies. Again, sorry I can't remember all the names, but you could have like a Gore Magnala with just, I'm trying to think one off the top of my head. What is it? The Congo monkey, the one that throws its shit at you. That one. It can, something of the sort. Another monster could be riding on its back of the Gore Magnala, and now when they swoop down, he farts, does whatever he does. You obviously have him fight in tandem, and he swoops down. He can knock you over while the other one jumps off and beats you or something. So you had to make sure you effectively dodge both of them. And yeah, that. I know this isn't like completely thought out. I mean, I just want to put my thoughts down onto something, and this is a way to save it. So you can have that, and another way you can go about it is now you can have more items, different items that you can craft. So now when you're versing a pair of monsters, some that are working together, some that are not, it'll say it in the description of the hunt. Like, these two are there, just hunt them, and then the two together, like whether it be two monsters that you used to fight separately that are now together, it has it in the hunt. Again, you can implement that differently. Like, have them both in the pictures are attached instead of separated, and when they're separated they're not, and that could be told to you at the beginning of the game. But some of the other things that you can have is some sort of a net. I'm not sure if the net is used now. I just use it for traps. I believe you can't use it for anything else. You can use a net to keep one of them down as you can fight off the other. And again, that can go back into like one of them's in a pitfall trap, and you have one of them that is attacking you. Now, depending on their status and what they see of their partner, and again, depending on how far you're in the game, they might actually help their partner up, and you might know that they do that. You might know that they'll go about that, and they will go to save the person. So you can obviously stop them, attack them, and hurt them a lot. I think that would be a nice way of implementing it, and like a shock track, a shock trap, they'll get hit by their partner. And yeah, you could do other things like that with an actual, some sort of marriage or mating situation where you do have two of the same species together, but it's for mating purposes of some sort, or like defending the nest. They are together to mate, and then they can attack differently in that situation. So now you have, I'm going to go back to Core Magnulas. I don't know if I'm saying that wrong, but now they're together in a mating situation, So they'll attack differently again, using the same monsters in different ways each time. Like by themselves they do this, by themselves after they're split up from their partner, by themselves after they're split up with their mating partner, not just their partner. And again, that can be told to you through dialogue, probably through the actual quests, and I think it would be a great implementation, a great something to put into the game. Another sort of variety. Again, you could have like a flying one and a ground one, so on. They could become friends. And kind of building off of that, you could have some that actually fight each other. I'm not sure if they do that now. When I usually go in there, they don't fight each other normally. They're always after me. They never actually go after each other. So you walk in. You're only supposed to fight I'm just going to keep using the same one, Gore Magna. And all of a sudden, one of the... God, I can't remember it's the rainbow monkey one. Hangs by its tail, you hear it go... That's a terrible representation, but it flies with its ears. It's pretty much one of the first ones that you meet. It's like a monkey. All of a sudden, that one comes in. It's gonna maybe mind its own business, depending. Maybe it's next to a nest again. It's all situational, depending on where they are. So, all of a sudden, it comes in, and it also starts attacking the Gore Magna and you. So now you actually have 3 fighting. Most of the time, it's you being attacked by 2 monsters. That's always... They're never attacking each other, not because they're like the same species or something. Again, you could always change that and have it different for each one, and that could be told to you. But it still would be, I think, a nice thing to put into the game. This isn't completely thought out, but I imagine combos would be done. I imagine different fighting styles, different things. Like this one goes out and gathers stuff, brings it back to heal. This one's super powerful, this one's super agile. This one's more of a CC one, a crowd control one, where it will try and stun you, slow you, put you to sleep, while the other one's a hard hitter. So if they stun you, sleep, whatever, it will hurt you a lot. So which one do you want to prioritize? The one that's not going to do too much damage to you, but could potentially get someone else to do a lot of damage to you, or the one that is doing a lot of damage to you? Probably go after the crowd control one, but maybe when you're close, it flees or something. Again, that's something else that can be built into the game. After a certain amount, it just sort of flees. Not when it's injured, not when it's thing, but just because it needs to. And now you can focus down the hard hitter. But the other one's going out and getting food, and so on. Stuff like that. I think that would be something that'd be really nice to put into the game. Instead of just having these like packs of animals like, oh, I have the great Jackie and their little friends, and sometimes he kills them, oopsies. It's like, no, I actually have 2 that are paired together, defending a nest, so they're going to attack differently. They're going to try and stay in one area instead of fleeing. They're going to become enraged more, and together they'll become enraged. One of them's going to stay maybe around the nest shooting fireballs, while one of them's actively chasing you off. In fact, you can make a whole thing off of that, where you're trying to steal from the nest, and there's actually 2 of them instead of just 1, like a wyvern. Or, I can't remember, it's the snake one, the R? Okay, I don't remember. Just again, I think it would be something that could be implemented into the game, and would be something that would change the game. You could still have all the stuff that we have. You can have oh yeah, another thing is mounting. If you ever mount one, the other one could potentially take you off. making mounting that much more hard and more and thought out. Again, you could have a few that are lower level, that would be horse or unicorn, whatever, that kind of four-legged thing, where taking you off the back would be hard because they'd had to charge into their friend, so they wouldn't really be able to get you off. That kind of thing. I think it'd be nice. Like back to the Gore Magnula and I can't remember the fart monkey one is what I'll call him. He couldn't get it off the Gore Magnula's back. If you got on his back, the Gore Magnula would have to actively bend down to get it, but he's freaking out. He's like, oh god, he just sits around, he can't do anything. The fart monkey he's just sitting there and he's like, I can't throw stuff, I'll hit my friend or whatever. And yeah, that's really it. I was gonna say and then go into a different thought, but so you could have that. You could also have it where they're enraged. So if you are on the back, they'll still attack, hitting their partner, and you can use that to your advantage. It shouldn't be so easy and so blatant where, oh god, they're enraged, they'll attack their partner, I'll jump on their back, kind of thing. It should be, oh, they're enraged, I don't know if they will, so now let me test it, and as you get up to higher levels, it obviously becomes more clear or harder for them to attack their friend, but there is no, like, friendly fire with it either. It's not like, oh, I shot something, it only hit the giant guy. They still have to be around each other. I think it'd be harder to put in with bigger creatures because they would hit each other more often. Like, let's say I spit a fireball and the big one walks in front of it. It's like, oh, well, he's not going to take any damage, but it's not just going to go through him. I think that would be kind of stupid if it went through him because you wouldn't be able to see the fireball. Like, it'd just be a fireball that goes through the person. You're like, well, I didn't know to dodge. I couldn't see him. So again, that would have to be all thought out and put in. So they would all be physical attackers, or they'd kind of keep off to different sides if one of them was going to fire or charge and so on. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments, because I would like to see that happen. I don't know, again, I don't know if it'd be perfectly implemented or how you would implement it, but I think it's at least an idea to think on. Thank you.